program is brought to you by FanDuel, where we give sports fans the chance to win every day.
2 in a row. Pelicans win 114-104. Make sure you smash the like button. Saints win today. Pelicans win today. Let's do it.
First took away. That's the best. Get your money's worth now.
Presented by Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. You've been hurt any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore. Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. Always fight for the win. Pelicans fight for the win tonight. Ross, Chaz, Jarrett joining me. Leaders should be coming on as well. Jarrett, we'll start with you. Let's start with Jeremiah Fears. Hometown kid. Dad's in Floorside tonight. Obviously, mom's there as well. 7 of 13, 20 points. I thought, though, early in that fourth quarter, Jared, I thought he kind of took over. I thought there was a little lull there. There was back and forth. I think the Bulls went up 1, and then the Pelicans went up 1, and then Jeremiah, I think it had like 4 or 6 in a row. But man, he had, I think we got the play here. He had this, I think, early in the fourth quarter.
Jeremiah trying to get there. He's got Collins on the spin. The finish. Yes, on his way down.
Yeah, crossover, spin, decel, one-legged, finish over a big. Like, that's work. You know what I mean? Like, that's somebody that's in the gym. Like, you're not just rolling the ball out there and guessing to do that. That's somebody that has a true level of skill and a true level of work ethic. Shout out to his dad, man. His dad's probably been an entire way. They're probably going through that move a ton of times. And I like Jeremiah Fears a lot. I'm not going to get into the parts that I really want him to work on, but right now I'm impressed by him, his poise, his ability to kind of take over a game when he needs to feel like I need to get the ball, like the ball's best in my hands right now is a level of confidence like we haven't seen from a guard in New Orleans in a super long time. His patience at times when he truly learns how to like gauge speeds, right? Like it doesn't have to be like fast, at a 10 at all times. It's going to be really great. But there were some times tonight I was like, wow, like this could be like the future of what we call the Pelicans organization.
Yeah. Chaz, I wanted to start off with you. I want two different things. One, I want to hear your thoughts about Zion. What you got?
Well, never mind. You go ahead.
I want to hear your thoughts on Zion coming off the bench. And then the second thing I want to talk about is Carlo not playing the entire game, but then also playing the entire fourth quarter and being productive in that role. Coming off the bench, not playing. I mean, he didn't play for the first 36 minutes, and then he plays the entire fourth, has 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 4 rebounds. I want to say he had a block, and he had a block, but I want to hear your first initial thoughts on Zion Williamson.
Really have to give a shout out to Joe Dumars and his relationship with Zion, because from my understanding, he pretty much like oversees Zion's recovery process. I think it's the reason why you kind of see, like, you're not seeing like a fat Zion or like a guy that looks winded or nothing. It looks pretty, it's a shift. It's a shift from what we've seen in prior regimes, but it's not enough of a shift, because shout out to my dog who just sent me this. Look at this. Look at this. Can we remove that real quick, please? Well, shout out to GSP. Gotcha. I just saw GSP. Shout out to him. But so the Pelicans beat the dog shit out the Chicago Magic, apparently. And
I just saw
it's like,
oh, what?
I just saw
Magic.
Yo, my God, bro.
Yeah, that's
do we even play the Magic anytime soon? Like, we even
does it matter?
No.
But yeah, I mean, look, it happens. It happens to everybody. These things happen, but it's just like, damn, this always happened to the Pelicans. But that's neither here nor there, right? I thought Zion coming off the bench made more sense than Poole coming off the bench, just because when you talk about high risk injury guys, and I explained this on the live show I did. When you're dealing with the starting unit, you don't want to see a situation where like, now this unit is running, everything's going good at the 4-minute mark. This guy has to come out, and you distort all of your momentum. So it would make more sense for him to come with the second unit, rather, in my opinion. With Jordan Poole, I feel differently about it, just because I would think you would need more 3-point shooting, and I didn't think the first unit tonight got off to a very good look. So I didn't think Jordan Poole shot well either. I just think the threat of the shot would have been more of a reasonable thing. It also would allow Trey Murphy to get going at this. And, I don't consider Saddiq Bey a 3-point guy no more at this stage. I think Saddiq Bey is, to me, it kind of reminds me of PJ Tucker right now. And, he's still playing well. Love Saddiq Bey on the team. Wouldn't trade him at all. Really like what he's doing. I mean, I would trade him if you gave me something good for him. But wouldn't be looking to trade him. But, I just think if you're the Pelicans, at a certain point, you got to decide how we want this to look and what's the goal here. It's the goal because, again, why is Carlo not playing to the 4 minutes? I mean, to the full quarter, even from just a reasonable decision-making standpoint. He's been sitting for 2 hours coming off a calf injury. So if he goes out there and tears his Achilles or strains his calf again, then what? Because he's just been sitting. He's not on a bike. He's not running on a fucking incline treadmill, nothing. He's just sitting, chilling out when you clearly needed him the entire game. But that being said, good win. Take the win. 5-22, man. You're 5.5 games behind the 10 seed.
A lot of games to play left.
Yeah, man.
The one thing, Chaz, the one thing I wanted to mention, and I was thinking about this when Eves was playing. I didn't necessarily. I know like he goes 2 or 3 from the field, 8 rebounds. The one thing that, gosh, like the one play for Misi tonight was the and one that he missed like right at the rim. He gets fouled.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been an and one. And he kind of like rolled it up. He missed it, and then he misses both free throws, and then Chicago goes on the run. And it's like those little plays, those little momentum plays, is something Misi has to like he's got to finish. And like right then and there, it's easy you said, when I'm watching the game, but I would like to see Carlo maybe gotten more minutes right there. But I thought it was interesting because a lot of people were asking about Derek Queen, Ross. Derek Queen tonight, 25 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 4 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, but he has 5 turnovers. A lot of people are asking, was Derek Queen hurt? Why was he not in the fourth quarter? I just thought Borrego went with the hot hand in Carlo. Did you think that was the right move to sit Queen the entire fourth quarter there?
Yeah, you play to win the game. I mean, I don't think you can read too much into some of that stuff, right? Because like Herb didn't play the last 8 minutes, and I thought that was overall a positive. I mean, Chaz just said a second ago, like, how do you want this to look long term? I didn't hate the way it looked in the fourth quarter. I mean, I've been pretty pessimistic going even into the offseason through the start of this year, and like, I didn't think we played very good today and still won. And so, my bad for the background noise, but you gotta but it's in all seriousness. Like I thought we played better last game. I think you're gonna have to work Zion back into the mix. I thought it was smart to bring him off the bench today, but I really didn't think they played that well. And you beat a road win in the NBA is a road win in the NBA. I truly think there's reason for optimism right now. Like just the way they're playing. I mean, the play you pulled up with Fears, that wasn't my favorite play of the whole game for him. My favorite play was off of a made basket. We inbound the ball to him.
The camera didn't even catch up to him.
Giddy has his back to him, and he goes and just dribbles down the court aggressively and converts a layup with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, that's the type of stuff. When we always talked about, it's like, God, we lose boring. We don't do anything. We don't play the way that the roster construction seems like we should play. This team needs to play fast. And when you see stuff like that, it's like, all right, well, shit, maybe there is something. Like maybe there is some things changing. And so I don't know. There's stuff that I really have liked these last couple of games.
Jared, do you want to say anything about that? Because I do have a question. Go ahead.
We just need to talk about the level of incompetence this organization has definitely put forth. I'm not talking about more so the basketball part. I'm talking about like the presentation part of it, right? Like why are we cutting away from the basketball? Like your point guard is dribbling fiercely down the court, and we can't even cut to the layup. Like, what are we? Why are we focusing on a replay right now? Who's the producer? Oh, and also we're like, you don't play the Magic until January 11th. Like, why is their name? Why is their name on a graphic? Like, what are we doing?
On your mind?
Look, I said it. I've said it every time.
Didn't they do something else last week?
This. Yeah, every time they've done this, I say the same thing. It really has been true and emblematic of the whole organization for the last few years. There's no attention to detail. Like, where is the attention to detail required to be a first-class organization? I don't see it. And somebody might think these things are trivial. I don't, because I watch every game. I keep up with the team. I see how it's been run the last handful of years. Like,
it was them. It was them misspelling Derek's first name. It's Derik. Like, you have to know these things. Like, it's. Yeah, those are definitely the frustrating things for sure. But Jared, I want to ask you about this. So Zion and Poole come off the bench tonight. Obviously, when Zion Zion will be implemented back in the starting lineup. How many games would you wait for him to be installed back in the starting lineup?
I wouldn't put like a games played on it. What is Chaz doing? Reading the first page of a book. I wouldn't put
Wise man.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a number of games attached to it, right? It'd be more about like how he's playing, right? If he's in shape, if he's playing like himself, right? I mean, Wemby came off the bench for the Spurs. No one batted an eye at it, right? Eventually, he's going to get back into the starting lineup. This isn't like a demotion for Zion. It's almost just kind of like let him ease his way back into the flow of playing NBA basketball rather than throwing him out there to try to get him to 33 minutes off the first game. I think this is smart.
And Justin,
yeah,
let's celebrate the fact that this shit wasn't 6 weeks.
Yeah. I think we have to talk about that. I do agree. Go ahead.
Again, reason for optimism. Like like I do see some basketball related things changing. Like if you watch the games, watch how they're playing. You see Zion coming back from an injury early. Now the Poole one was a little different there, but if you're healthy, play. Like if you can play. So when you talk about like should he start? I don't give a shit. Just play 28 minutes. I don't care whether he sits on the first spot on the bench, the last spot on the bench. He plays point guard or I don't give a shit. Just play. If you're healthy, play.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on that, Chaz? Coming back early, I think it was deemed. I think December 2nd. From what Sham said. Look back at the tweet. He was out indefinitely. They said 3 weeks minimum, out indefinitely. Fast forward to what's today? What's today's date?
The 14th.
December 14th. He misses 12 days. So, I mean, obviously a week and some change. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we should have a conversation about shams one day. This is not the time.
I already know that.
Yeah, this is not the time or place.
From out indefinitely to missing 12 days is a little. That's weird.
Members only show, Chaz.
Oh,
maybe so. Because shams I just think shams is bad. But all that to say, I think it's just. I just think organizationally, dog, it's just a bad organization, top to bottom. Because the initial diagnosis was it went from soreness to some type of grade 2 strain abduction. Like if he really had a grade 2, he wouldn't be back right now. Like that's unless he just fighting through injury. But other than that, he wouldn't. Like just being real, he wouldn't. So that means he probably didn't have a grade 2 in the first place. So again, he woke up and something not right. All right, we're gonna take a look at you. It's a grade. Oh, you sore. All right, now it's a grade 2. I'm like, all right, man, somebody lying here. I don't know what the case is. And honestly, it don't fucking matter at this point. Because until everybody's gone, we're gonna have these same questions. So I think it was good he came back and played. He didn't look like a person who hadn't been playing. When I saw him last game with the Jordan Poole shit, I was like, this dude don't look hurt at all. Maybe he's injured, but he don't look hurt. Like, there's a difference. Go ahead, Follw. You had something? Oh, but
I know Jackson. My bad.
Oh, you good? Yeah. But yeah. So I think him playing and being able to contribute at the way he was able to contribute, that was cool. Didn't look like he missed a beat necessarily. I also want to give a special shout out not only to Jeremiah Fitz, congratulations to him, but to Trey Murphy for them 10 rebounds. Shout out to Trey Murphy for them 10 rebounds. Even when he wasn't getting the ball, he was out there rebounding.
Hey, that was one of the things we talked about all offseason, like the things that he needed to improve at. And over the last month, I think he's averaging like between 7 and 8 rebounds a game. Like hopefully there's more consistency with that because it makes a difference.
In his last 10 games, Jared, Trey Murphy's averaging 23 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and he's shooting. He's only shooting 32% from deep. But
it doesn't feel like he shot it that well this year.
wonder what he's at right now.
He's
Just being overall more. He's being more aggressive, Jared.
Nah, because a bunch of that shit's off the dribble, right? Like that's what I attribute that. Like it's not a bunch of catch and shoot. So I expect his, and then it's a bunch of off the dribble plus he's shooting it from 40. That just seems like a lot going on. Like you gotta, you had to pick and choose, right?
Yeah, get it how you live, though. I ain't gonna lie. This offense is still just get it how you live. Like, you know, and
I got it.
A little more off ball. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more to that, man. There is some nuance to it.
No, I think again, like 14 attempts. What up with you, Lito? 14 attempts. I ain't mad about that. I ain't sneezing at that at all. But there was a sequence, and I thought Herb had a huge third quarter. I thought Herb helped them extend the lead in the third quarter before they ultimately battled back. But I think like 3 of the first 4 possessions was like Herb coming off screens, just shooting threes. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Herb he hit the 3 in transition, Chaz, and I did love that shot. And then
the one he hit, I was like, that's a bad shot.
And then but it's the process of it, right, Chaz? So like he makes the first one, like you're like, okay. Then the second one, I'm like, all right, slow down.
It's the Vucevic one where he has Vuce on him. Just go by him.
And it was early in the shot clock. If I remember
it might have been early. Who gives a care? Like one dribble, you getting past him. It's a pump fake. You made one great. There's no shot blocking at the rim. He's on you. You got the upper hand. But
do you think though? Do you think, Jared? Because you know we talk about the ill-advised threes and whatever. Like I'm not. We're nitpicking right now, but do you think it's because the team gets up? The team doesn't get up enough threes
that they have
to overcompensating. Like, hey Herb, if you're open, shoot it. Like, do you think that plays into it a little bit?
That has to, right? Like,
because I like, man, the 2 Herb threes are wow. That was pretty quick right there, pause. But like, you know, like I just wonder if Borrego's implementing, since we don't have a lot, and Hawkins isn't playing, and, you know, and Jordan Poole and Trey Murphy are only 3-point shooters. Like, hey Herb, if you're open, just shoot it. I mean, shot 7 threes tonight.
I'd have to reach out to really ask this question. Like, what are the automatics, right? Like, what are the automatic pulls for this team? And when I mean that, it's like, okay, we know corner threes, it should be an automatic. You catch one of those, pull. Like, no questions asked. No one's going to get mad at you. The transition threes, that's where the line gets a little gray. It's a little murky because, right, you might be open in transition, but is that the best shot at the time to take? Just because it's open doesn't mean it's a great shot. Then it's, and you know, somebody, we've all played basketball, transition threes, dribbling in threes, that feels good, normal to everybody. But does it make sense at that point in time? Like, you hit one, great. If you're Herb, the next one, like, you don't necessarily have to shoot it. It's not like a guarantee. You can make another play. Like, we talk about good to great, a la Willie Green, but that still makes a lot of sense in this fashion. Like, you still can be able to get downhill and try to make something else happen.
I give you 2 examples. I want to hear from Lito also, but Isaac Okoro hit a big 3 in the 4th quarter. He shot 2 threes after that. And I was like, yes. Yep. First quarter, Patrick Williams, he makes back-to-back 3. And I'm like, no, let him shoot it. Go ahead, Pat. This is what you want to happen. That's the whole point. Because when he misses, if the ball don't go out of bounds, it's a live ball turnover. And the Pelicans being one of the worst transition teams, I'm going to say on both sides of the ball, because 4-on-1 fast break, I don't even want to get into it. But worst transition team on both sides of the ball. So I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, you gotta reel some guys in a little bit and like calm down. Because I think they still got outshot from beyond the arc. 49 attempts to 33. Damn, we only hit 8 fucking threes. 8 threes to 30.
And that's why I think Herb has to, like, that's why I think I mean,
no, he don't have to shoot. He don't have to shoot for the sake of shooting. My thing is get the right people the shots. Like that's the thing. Like get the right motherfuckers the shots.
Totally fair. Lito joined the show. Lito, welcome to the show. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Well, we got Kavan back.
That's the wrong video. My bad.
Jeremiah trying to get there. He's got Collins on the spin. The finish, yes, on his way down. That's huge. Jeremiah with the last.
What did he say at the end?
Said peace in the Middle East, man.
Yeah,
That's
you know
a
what he
good
said.
Couldn't quite make it out.
Go ahead,
no
Lito.
tech.
A bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a bad motherfucker right there. Look, I'm gonna say this. You know, I've said this many times. I wasn't a fan of Fears' tape. Like, I was not a fan of his tape looking at his game in college.
Sorry, Leo.
Shout out to Kyle, man.
I don't think anybody told Fears that like he wasn't the best player of this team, yo. I don't think like he looking around and he just kind of like it was one point in the third quarter, dog. Zion, Trey Murphy, Jordan Poole's on the floor, and Fears was like, all right, yeah, I'm about to get me, bro. And the thing about him is, yo, his first step so quick. Once he get that first step in front of you, it's over. It's nothing you can do, and he's stronger than he looks. And it was a point. Say Follw, we talk about this all the time. It was a point. He got the ball past half court, and he got a bop. He tweened. He went behind his back, and he crossed over for no reason. I said, "Oh God, that motherfucker is on fire right now." Yo, bro. Listen, man, I don't know if you can say enough about him. Like, I really don't. I think he the kind of guard you've been looking for so long.
Yeah, I mean, he's an advantage creator. And Lito, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just going off eye test here. I don't know numbers, but one of his like knocks was finishing at the rim. How do you think he's been since going from college to the pros, like finishing at the rim?
Justin, they so fast. The contests have been so few and far between. And even when he like tonight, that play you showed, that was a foul. They could have gave him a free throw on that. Like he's stronger than he looked, and he's gonna continue to get stronger. He stuck. Was it a Herder?
Yeah,
man, at the free throw line.
Chicken wing.
Oh boy, that's when I said, yeah. I said, man, I had Fears fucked up. I ain't appreciate this tape for what it was. I mean, I did. His tape wasn't. It was what it was, but like, bro, he just got better.
Which Jared, I want to hear your thoughts, Jared. I want to hear your thoughts because one thing I think that like we talk about, you know, his knocks, right? One was finishing at the rim. The second was his shooting ability. He's shooting 36.5% from deep on 3.5 attempts a night.
Exactly where he should be, right? Like I think that's like he's not overdoing. The comparison for me, again, I don't know why I like using football analogies, but that's kind of what he feels like. He feels like a young Alvin Kamara. Like his balance is so good.
That's a good point.
Right? Like he's compact. He's not really like pushed off his line much. He has the shiftiness to go by you. His first step, like he runs almost like he's played football. Like if you see him just like kind of like trotting, like his heel is not hitting the ground. It's almost just like and he just he feels like it looks like he's moving slow when you're watching, but like as he just gets by people, like he's got to be moving faster than that. That's kind of how I feel about AK. It's like a smooth runner, just getting by you.
It's like, how is he so fast? But like he looks slow, but he's like really fast. Like that's a really good comparison. 525 people in here. Make sure you smash the like button. Appreciate y'all. Ross is there's one guy I think we need to talk about tonight, and he's been pretty good over his last 5 or 6 games. Go Ross and Chaz. Bryce McGowens. Is he becoming a rotational player, or is this too much? Is he becoming a rotation? Yeah, because when he's on the floor, he's productive.
I think he's. I think either Chaz or Lito said this last post game. I think it's really similar to old boy last year, who I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Brandon Boston.
Yes, where there will be nights where you might need him to play 18, 20 minutes. Attack downhill, hit open shots. There will be nights where he probably only needs to play 12, 8 minutes. I think he belongs in the rotation right now. I don't want to like overplay that and make it seem like something bigger than it is. I do like that he's contributing and like playing a role off the bench. But I'm probably gonna leave it at that. I don't, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think he needs more minutes than he's playing.
I'm not saying he needs more minutes. I'm just saying his 12 to 15 minutes a night, he's going to be this productive, and he's going to play defense.
I know. I'm with
defensively.
You. Yes,
he's going to get in ones. He's going to finish. He's going to hit threes.
I think last post game we spent a lot of time talking about. I like the way he plays. I really do. I love that he attacks downhill. Obviously, last game he went 5 for 5. I don't recall him taking any shots tonight. Maybe only one shot, and that's okay. Like that's okay. It's the same thing. I was kind of thinking about Queen. I see a lot of people in the comments saying like, Queen was terrible tonight. I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, a couple silly turnovers, but like took 4 shots. Like you're only going to do so much negative damage on an off night if you take 4 shots and get 8 rebounds and pick up 6 assists. Like there's ways to get outside of just scoring and taking a bunch of shots. In fact, sometimes when you don't have it going, it's better to find the other aspects of your game. But back to McGowens, yeah, I think he totally has a place in the rotation. It will vary from night to night, but I think he's been a positive the last week or two for sure.
Interesting. I just looked at the schedule, Chaz. I did not realize that the Pelicans now have 3 straight off days, and then they play the Rockets Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
You might never lose again.
They might never lose again.
Hey, hold on, wait, Chad. Before you answer that, we talked about this last pod. Like we said, I think we said they was gonna win 3 out of their next 4, and lo and behold, they've got 2. They got 2 wins, right?
2-0 in their last 2. That's all you can do.
Is there any chance they can beat the team on Thursday? Is there any chance?
I think there's a chance.
Ross,
I'm here telling you, I think there's a chance.
Really? Go ahead.
I said what I said.
Made it plain.
Is that game at home?
The game is at home.
That's a win. Book it. Whereas FanDuel wants a little promotion. What's the line? Book it. They're winning that game.
We should go. We should.
You want to see 3 in a row? Hey, you know what do they say about 3 in a row?
We should.
It's called a winning streak.
It has a winning streak.
It hasn't happened before this year, but it's gonna happen.
Damn. Yeah. When's the last time this team's been on a winning streak? Is a real question. DeJounte Murray.
Excuse me.
DeJounte Murray is going to come back.
All right.
What do you do with him? Sit him on the bench? DMPs? No, he's gonna play.
What you do with him, coach?
You gotta play him because I think you gotta trade him.
So just as a reminder, Jose and McGowens got 32 minutes combined tonight. So
he'll take Jose's. You probably.
That's just a reminder. It's not there's still a place for DeJounte Murray to come off the bench. Like we're not going to
100%.
All right, I didn't know where we were going with
100%.
this.
He's gonna play. You got ship Jose, right, Lito?
It was reported this week, wasn't it? That there were
Knicks
teams
are
poking
interested in
around
Jose?
or something. Yeah.
What, you wouldn't play him, Lito?
I'm not saying I wouldn't play him. I just don't know. Like, okay, fuck it, we pardon. Yeah, I'm not starting him for sure.
Oh God, that's not even a question, is it?
I'm not starting him for sure. He's not gonna get more minutes than Fears as my lead guard. Like, yeah, I would play him, but it would be in spurts. Also, he's coming off an Achilles. Like, for me, like, to give him let's say a starting point, 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I feel like he's 12 to 15 minutes for 6 weeks until you prove that you're ready for something, a larger role of some sort. But if they beat the Rockets, like I think they might, And then you got the Pacers. You win 4 in a row. You're not gonna mess with the rotation.
I mean, Jose got 18 minutes tonight. You think slide DeJounte into that role, 15, 18 minutes tonight, right off the bench? I mean, shit, dude. Like, you have DeJounte and Poole coming off the bench.
I think it's probably gonna be more Bryce minutes than is Jose's minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I think Bryce has been too productive, man. Like the way he plays,
Man, look
I
at
like
the
what
money,
he brings to
Justin.
the table.
Look at the
I
money,
know.
Justin.
You always said follow the money, but
Yeah.
if you're looking for wins, I just don't know how you. I just don't know how you cut Bryce's minutes down with the way he's playing. I'm not saying this dude's off the charts, but I'm saying that he's playing winning basketball. He does all. I think was it Lito I was talking to or Jared, whatever. Like he reminds me a little bit of Najee. He does dirty work. He plays hard. He can hit some threes and get some and ones and get downhill. Like he does winning stuff, and I just don't think you can take that out of the rotation, and whether it be 10 to 12 minutes a night, in my opinion.
Justin, they have 5 wins, dog. Like we still gotta take a step back. Like winning basketball. No,
I know.
Like winning is relative at this point, right? Because like the bigger objective is to kind of move off some of these players rather than to win basketball games, right? Like you gotta, like it's $30 million that you gotta move. So to showcase the $30 million, like he gotta play, regardless if Bryce is playing well. But like, yo, you can cut Bryce tomorrow. Like that's not gonna be anything. I think the more pressing thing is to move DeJounte.
Yeah, and look, it was again, I feel like we talked about this last show a little bit, but like no disrespect to Bryce McGowens, but you can find a Bryce McGowens every year. You just can in the second round or kind of off the scrap heap, the same way you did Brandon Boston, the same way you did Reeves. And I mean, and credit to those guys for playing well and understanding their role and doing everything else. But look, I mean, DeJounte's playing well or even playing decent. I mean, he's a better player. Like you find a way to work him back into the rotation off the bench. I'm
sorry, Ross.
No, I didn't really have anything else. I mean, look, one of the reasons that you guys were optimistic about this team coming into the year and thought that they might win 40 games or whatever was because the bench actually had legitimately like good NBA players coming off the bench. Or so we thought, whether it was going to be Herb and Poole and Fears and Sadiq Bey, or whether it's some other combo of these guys. Like the fact that at full health, you'll have like legitimate NBA players coming off the bench playing 15, 18 minutes against other teams' second units. Like it's a good thing. This shouldn't be a bad problem.
No, it's definitely a good problem.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say because I wanted to hear what Chaz had to say too. But I just wanted to say to Ross's point about Bryce, right? You find a Bryce, a dime a dozen. I mean, the same organization, like they paid a Herb Jones, and that's a second round pick where you could find a second round pick to play defense and But anyway, Chaz, what you was gonna say?
I ain't really. I mean, I think all the answers from this offseason, same answers now. You need to find your coach of the future. You need a center. You need a veteran guard help. And you need to add some shooting. And ultimately, you need to consolidate. You need to be able to turn Herb, Jose, and Hawkins into some traditional rotational players that can shoot and hit threes. Because even if DeJounte comes back, you need to turn him into some rotational players as well. But even if DeJounte comes back, I think DeJounte will be more in a catch and shoot role versus in like he's setting up. Because that's really when I think about DeJounte, even with Jose, I think more so about the role they're playing versus what they'll actually be like their position, right? I think Jose with Zion and Poole back, Jose is going to be a catch and shoot guy. Like Jose is not going to really be the guy like necessarily setting the table and stuff like that. And I think the more you see, not that they shouldn't play, but the more Herb and Jose play, more often than not, the lower their trade value is going to get. Because once you start, looking at the deets and the details, it ain't looking too promising. So you need to kind of consolidate. You need a big. I think it's one of the biggest reasons why Derek Queen didn't play tonight. I don't think his stat line really tells the game as far as like the rebound and giving up the offensive boards and some of the rim defense. I didn't think he was like benchable, but I thought defensively you have some of the same issues. Defensive rebounding, 3-point shooting, of course. Sadiq Bey not really helping you out too much from beyond the arc right now. We know Zion don't shoot threes. Poole's not having an incredibly efficient night year from beyond the arc. Trey's kind of been up and down from beyond the arc. So I think some of your issues are still the same. You need to consolidate, get you some shooting, get you a big, and the guys I would be trying to do that with now, as it currently stands, would be Herb, Hawkins, and Jose. And if I could move DeJounte, great. But if I couldn't, I wouldn't mind kicking a can to the offseason. I would keep Bryce, though. I don't think Bryce has to play every night, but I think Bryce physically is more of the archetype that I would be looking for, like stronger, rangier wings who can get downhill, who can score, who can hit a three every once in a while. Like more of that OKC archetype. Well, you need larger, talented, athletic wings because teams still just too skinny, too slow, and don't have a ton of great athletes.
Speaking of which, Ross, so we'll hear Ross and Jarrett. So there have been reports, multiple reports, then Chris Haynes report today that I believe the Lakers are interested in Herb Jones. I think the Warriors are interested in Trey Murphy. And I believe the Knicks are interested in Jose Alvarado. Do you see, I mean, we can probably Trey again. Trey, do you see Herb or Jose being moved within the next month? I think Herb can't be moved until January. Is that correct?
January 15th.
Yeah. Do you see Jose? I guess Jose be the first one moved. Do you see him being moved shortly, especially with DeJounte coming back?
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, and you could certainly justify it. I've said for years that that's the type of player that if you can get an asset for, you just do it, because I think you can replace the skill set relatively easy. So it certainly wouldn't surprise me. And we got whatever 4 or 5 wins. You should be trying to pick up, a couple second-round picks for Jose at this point. I think the Herb one is probably different, and I think we could have a longer conversation around like what could you get, what teams might be interested, like what is generally his value if you wanted to wait until mid-January. I think it's a conversation worth having. I don't like when your team has been this bad over now, call it whatever, a year and a half time span. Like, yeah, talking about everything, everybody. No,
How do y'all? My bad, Ross.
No, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, Herb Jones is a role player.
Can I say this? And Lito, I'm sorry, I won't say this too. And this is not a knock on Herb. This is just the reality of the NBA.
Yeah.
You have 2 games, back-to-back games, where Herb's thrown out of the game. The other one, he was kind of benched in the fourth quarter. I thought Herb had an excellent start to the third quarter, but he was benched in the fourth quarter. You won both of those games. Not that it really matters, right? Not that it really matters, because you can do the wrong shit and succeed all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is more so Herb is most valuable on a good team. A guy like Jose is most valuable on a team that's not going to burden him with a bunch of things. Like, even same thing with Herb. Like, I don't need Herb taking 6 threes. To me, that's unfair to Herb, right? But it's like defensively, I'm not good right now. I'm not rebounding the ball. And with Jose, again, the more you play these guys, the older they get, the more they go into the final years of their contracts, or the years with the contract, when the money starts to escalate, it becomes negative assets. So even with the Knicks thing with Jose, it's like they don't have and it's crazy. That's how you know people don't really pay attention to the Pelicans. They got some proposals out there with guys doing 2-for-1 deals. It's like the Pelicans don't even have a roster spot to do that. So as it currently stands today, it probably would have to be I don't even know the dude's name. I just call him YG. I don't even know how to say his name. He's a power forward. So it's like, but why would I take on an additional $1 million? I would need that first you got there that converts into like 2 seconds or something. Like it would be, I wouldn't even I ain't sending nobody home. I ain't sending nobody where they want to go. I ain't doing shit. I'm doing what's best for the fucking team. You going to Indiana. If Indiana call, I don't care if Indiana wants to sing to New York. Cool. You going to whoever give me the best deal. I wouldn't even really be taking the Knicks offer seriously if I couldn't get like a first or all 3 of them seconds. That's like, but it's time to consolidate. It is like it's time to consolidate.
Look, and I hate doing this because it makes me seem like the bad guy or whatever. But like, Herb Jones is owed over $80 million over the next 4 years. Starting after this one, over the next 4 years, $80 million over the next 4. Okay, he's 27. He'll be 28 by the time the season ends. I think he's probably gotten a little worse defensively. If you take off the 1 year that he shot 40%, he's been mostly a negative offensively in his career. He's not a good shooter. What are we talking about? Like on a bad team. Now, if we were OKC, then maybe there's a role and okay, you know, whatever. What are we talking about? Like, yes, if somebody wants to give you a first round pick for Herb, you say yes and you hang up the phone and you fax paperwork. You don't get back on the phone with them because they might change their mind. Yep. You fax paperwork, you text them, you do whatever you do to get it done as fast as possible. And that's again, that's no disrespect to Herb Jones. I think he's better off on a veteran winning team. There's a place with all that. But what are we? I mean, if I can free up Herb Jones's $80 million over the next 4 years and reallocate that to better fit the roster, this is a no-brainer.
You need a center, dog. Like, it just is what it is. You about to say something, Five?
I'm not saying Herb has to go, Ken. Like that's not necessarily what I'm saying either. I'm just saying if that option is out there, then yeah.
No, I was just going to say that if it's the Lakers, it makes a lot of sense. JJ is a huge fan of Herb, just like he was a fan of Dorian Finney-Smith. Same archetype, right? Like,
yeah,
he thinks a guy like that can help improve the team, which I think is Herb is a good player on a good team. When he's on a bad team, this is kind of what it looks like. So yeah, if they offer a first for Herb, dog.
See,
it's been nice.
You got some, Lito? My bad, Five.
Nah, you good.
Nah, go ahead, Chad.
See, and this is the thing that pissed me off about the Herb deal. Like this totally. Like this is the thing I was saying, the fucking Herb deal in the offseason. Well, I hated this deal from the start. Because in the offseason, almost everybody think they got a chance. Like right in the offseason, you motherfucker like Portland might be like, man, we might could do something. Chauncey gone, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about them accusations no more. You know what I'm saying? We got Drew, we got Dame gonna be ready for next season. We could build something here. Yeah, I give up 2 firsts for Herb. I ain't even tripping. Let's do it. But now that reality is set in and the market is a lot smaller because there's only a few true contenders. Now you're looking at a team like Cleveland, the Lakers, OKC, like teams like that. If they trade you at first, hopefully it's somebody else's first. You know what I'm saying? And you could really do something with that. But it almost forced you to unless you're buying, it almost forced you to kick the can into the offseason again. Mm-hmm. When more teams are delusional enough to think that, oh shit, like if the Pelicans went up this offseason and they thought like, no, all we missing is health and a Herb Jones. We could trade for Herb Jones. Right? Even though the Pelicans might not have no real chance to win a championship, but the idea would be in their mind. Now it's a situation where it's just such a narrow pool. I don't even know what you do unless you go and be like, yo, I want shout out to Uptown Kid 504. Unless I'm like, yo, I want Nick Claxton. So I'm gonna trade you Herb Jones and such for Nick Claxton. But now the way Nick Claxton been playing, I think his value has surpassed Herb Jones. And he on such a cool contract. This motherfucker getting triple doubles. So now you're in a weird spot. It just puts you in such a weird spot.
I was gonna ask y'all about the Carlo minutes tonight. We've been seeing a deduction in his minutes, since he came back from injury. There was a point in time where he was, getting a little bit of a tick. But tonight he had 12 and Misi had 11. Missy still had 8 rebounds to his 4. But like, what are y'all seeing? Are y'all seeing from Carlo? Are y'all seeing anything from Carlo to earn the increase in minutes over Missy?
I want to
go ahead.
I just want to say, I think the reason why initially Missy got those minutes because he played well the last time versus the Bulls. He played really well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were even talking about that pregame. Well, James was talking about it in his pregame presser. Like Missy was really good, and he hoped to continue this game. And I don't think he played great, right? And I think that's why you saw the change. And I don't think that's nothing to do with like Carlo per se, but Missy played well the last time. You was hoping to see him replicate that, and he kind of didn't. And Carlo was ready for the minutes, and I think that's a testament to Carlo. Like, dog, he played the entire fourth quarter, never at like his energy level never dipped. Like, I think that's truly impressive. So somebody to come off the bench cold and ready to play and play an entire quarter, I think that has to trend for the next game for him to play, more minutes, because to be productive in that set time for an extended period of time in crunch time when your team was kind of squandering, like I think that tends to lead for him to play some more minutes next game and in the future.
Well, I think I'm trying to remember now. I have to go look it up, but I don't think Eves played in the fourth quarter last game either.
Was it like 10 minutes to 7 minutes or something like that for Carlo?
Maybe, and I feel like Eves kind of played the same distribution of minutes that he did this game. And again, pending me going back to check. And what's interesting is I really felt like he had a similar game. Like I didn't. Yeah, there were a few little minor things, that Justin alluded to the tip on one, but like again, Eves did the two things I need him to do off the bench. Play 10 to 15 minutes. I don't remember how many he played last game, but it was something in that 10 to 15 minute range. He played 12 tonight, whatever it was, 11, something in the 10 to 15 minute range. Get offensive rebounds, block shots. And he did both of those things tonight. Like, I don't think Eves is very skilled. So for me, my expectations are, I don't want to say low, but they are play 10 to 15 minutes and find a way to impact the game again. Two specific things: offensive rebounding and block shots. And if he does those two things, like, it's really all I need him to do. They just play 10 to 15 minutes and do those two things. So, I think that the fringe stuff is going to look good some nights. Some nights he's going to pick up some offensive rebounds and they're going to be dunks. Some nights he's going to look kind of awkward if he has to catch or dribble or do any of those things. But as long as he's hustling, getting up and down the court, hitting the offensive glass and trying to block shots, like, I'm cool with whatever he's doing right now.
Chaz, did you see something in Carlo's game tonight that made you think he should get more minutes?
Kind of seen it in the last few games, honestly. When you look at some of the matchups, Portland didn't even have a center out there. Tonight, Vucevic couldn't have been more disinterested in playing tonight, honestly. There were some players who just wasn't. They didn't even put what's the fake Horace Grant looking motherfucker. They didn't even put him out there. He had like back-to-back offensive fouls. Like them dudes did not want to play. But see, that's my thing too. When you talk about like picking an identity and kind of leaning into it, it's like, dog, you gotta win a math battle, and rebounding is one within your reach because you got a gluttony of bigs at this point. Derek Queen, for all his talent, he's just not a center. That's why I thought you should have saw, like, when he was struggling on the boards against Vucevic, who again wasn't really that interested in playing. I think I would just like to see more two big lineups. Like, I would like to see whether it be Carlo, who can stretch the floor a little bit, who can run. He just causes havoc. At minimum, he causes havoc, and that's kind of what you need to see. You got to pick a battle. You're not going to win a 3-point battle. You may or may not win a free throw battle some nights, but the rebounding battle, that's well within your reach to win. And that's why I would like to see more Carlo minutes, more Missy minutes. Again, like with Queen, I didn't think Queen played a game that was worthy of him being benched. I just think he struggled to find his rhythm, and he could have been in maybe a different position on the floor. Could have been utilized a bit differently. But at the end of the day, you need some size and some athleticism and rim running out there, because once you start, like we already saw how it looks when you play Edie and Jaren Jackson Jr. Like we already know how it's gonna look when you, like to me, I would probably punt this Houston game and give myself to just focus all my energy on the Pacers and try to win 3 out of 4 because I ain't looking forward to playing no Steven Adams and Sengun just because I know how it looks when the Pelicans run out this one big unit. You're struggling on the boards, you know, the defense at the rim is non-existent. It's just really tough, man. I would love to get Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson is too important to the Knicks right now.
I think so too.
Yeah, they probably trade Cat before they trade Mitchell Robinson, which is crazy.
Yo,
go ahead, Follw. My bad.
No, you're good. No, I was going to ask you, like you talk about like math problems. I think there's 2 math problems, and I think that's the problem, right? Like, in Zion, this is the reason why it exists because you throw 2 bigs out there, then offensively, like it gets muddy around the rim.
Yeah,
like there's no space. So you kind of punt that to be like, at least I'll alleviate the space on the offensive end by having 1 big. I think to your point, like where Queen was positioned was the problem for me. Like even when Zion's on the court, like you don't need him in the corner. I don't think he should ever get past, I don't know, like midway between the 3-point line and the free throw line or the lane line. I don't think he should go past that width-wise. Like that's not his area of expertise. Put him in the middle of the floor and let Zion roam around that. I don't think you really needed to change anything. And I thought it was funny in the first quarter. They had like they were like conversing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was
kind of like
the free throw line. Yeah,
and Queen was kind of like telling him, and he was like, "All right, dog." But like he really needs to listen to him. I didn't think Queen necessarily played bad. There was some bad moments, but I don't think he played bad.
I think, and this again is not a Saddiq Bey indictment, but Saddiq Bey been so ineffective from beyond the arc this season and at the layup line. I don't know what the fuck going on with that, but it just looked like it kind of caught me off guard to like, well, damn, I would guard him. I wouldn't leave him wide open, but I'm not really tripping on him or her shooting threes, like talking about it at this stage. And it's like, well, fuck, Trey's still the only shooter out here. So even tonight, for example, once I saw the starting lineup, it was a part of me that said, I wouldn't mind if they started Bryce McGowens like tonight, just to have a threat of some shooting out there. Because again, if I'm already too small in the front court, 4 is at the 5, and guys are going to collapse on the paint, it's going to be there's a lot of opposing teams' bodies below the rim. So if I don't got like a giant down there grabbing rebounds, it's going to be a bunch of guys under the rim just grabbing rebounds. My guys are going to be out on the perimeter because no one's going to guard them, and they just launching up threes. And it's just the wrong players actually taking those shots right now. So that's why I think the Pelicans definitely need to consolidate. But you take the win, man. You know, you're trying to fix the airplane while it's in the air. You take the win, but just correct what you can in the short term.
I know his style. We talk about 3-point shooting. And I think Carlo's like, I don't know, 5 of 10 on the year or something from 3. Yeah. I'd love to see him just try to not force him necessarily. It's just he's never. I don't find he's hovering around the 3-point line as much. It seemed like last year he was fine in the corners more. Mm-hmm. This year it seems to be a lot more like rim running. And I don't know if that's just like a factor
nice
of the lineups.
That rimmed out a little bit from the right corner.
I think he did miss 1 or 2 tonight, actually. But he's still, for the most part, you know, he's made the ones he's taken this year. I wouldn't hate seeing him because I think if he could get on any kind of little shooting run, it might open up things just a little bit in those lineups he plays. I mean, nobody's ever going to, you know, probably like totally run him off the line or something. But I think, you know, one step makes a big ass difference when you're playing with Zion. Yeah. One more, you know, one extra step out of the paint and creates the gap you need. So,
I mean, in the same breath, Chad, you know, because Chad's is saying we need a center, which he's absolutely right. But like, if Carlo would embrace that, you know, that could be the difference in a lot of things for this team. I was laughing because I saw this clip of Dylan and LeBron got into it, and
tonight.
Yeah, bro. Dylan just so good at what he do, bro.
Dylan Cole.
He's
I ain't
so,
gonna lie.
bro.
That dude's a real culture setter, shifter type person because he could back it up on the court too. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
Dylan could hoop, man. He got Brian out there. Brian caught a T because he was trying to Joe Dylan. Dylan threw the ball off Brian. He was going out of bounds. This was crazy, but man, I want to ask y'all this. So obviously the wins don't.
Fuck out Dylan playing with me like that.
I wish I had the clip, dog. You gotta see the clip, but
oh my god,
the wins obviously don't equal up to it. But man, there was a conversation on Twitter a couple of days ago about the higher paid coaches in the NBA, and what a Mike Malone would want, what a what's Taylor Jenkins will require in salary. Has Borrego done enough for you where you would take the interim tag off and just make him your coach?
Not yet.
Yeah, I would say I don't think it's enough data. Oh, I'm sorry, Father. Did I cut you off? I didn't mean to stop your knowledge.
No. Not yet. And if you're just trying to compare it to like, a Malone or Taylor Jenkins, I know one thing that he has that they don't have: a job. So niggas can't necessarily be choosers in that standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, you want to coach? Great. If that's your price, I can't pay it. Which, do you really want to coach? How bad is it? But yeah, I don't think Borrego has done enough. There isn't enough data. I'd like to see more. Pause.
I think I just know how the story ends, though. Like, and that's the thing that's the thing that is going to annoy me, because I saw it with Willie Green. Like, when Stan gets fired, like, well, Willie Green doesn't have his own staff. Give him some time. Like, all right, we'll see. Then the Willie Green gets fired. It's like, all right, well, he don't need his own staff. Borrego's going to need his own staff at some point. Give him some time. Like, look, check this the fuck out. No, like, this is an all hands on deck, desperate, dire situation. You need to win at all costs right now. You got to win. And that's just is it unfair? Whatever. Life ain't fair sometimes. No one gives a fuck. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to win. And I think I don't want to give Joe them an out neither, to where like, oh, well, we can't really evaluate Joe's tenure because he never got to pick his own coach. Like, it's just going to be a circular like thing to where we can always, what's happening with your LP? We can always give these guys an out. And I just want everyone to have a clean slate. If you're going to hire Borrego, cool, do an extensive search this offseason. Whatever happens. Let them get totally new staff or what have you. But make sure it's your decision, because I ain't going to want to hear about nobody inheriting no bad situations, because I ain't got the grace for you. I just ain't got it. I ain't going to lie to you.
Hey,
go ahead.
Before we move on, I just got to say this, dog. What's the definition of winning? Is it winning basketball games, or is it like the team improving at a rate? Because we can point back and be like, if it's just winning, Willie Green won 49 times in the season. You know what I mean? Like, oh, great.
I'm glad you asked that question too, because I'm sorry, Ross. I just want to say this.
No.
I think at this point, it's just winning basketball games. Because as soon as you traded that pick, and look, the same people saying they knew about the protections, now local people were saying that they didn't know about the protections earlier in the season. So pick a lane, stop being a chump. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. Hand up your ass like a sock puppet. But that being the case, I feel like now you just got to win games, though. Because if they win games, to me, JB the guy. Like, I don't give a fuck. Because to take on a situation like this and go out and win games, you go win 30 plus games or whatever. However you do, you find a way to get into that play-in. To me, he got my vote. I'm with you. Like, you got my support. Because as soon as you traded that pick and you gave Herb that extension and some of the salary you got on these books, you gotta win now. And you could just kind of deal with the improvement in the offseason. You know, it's a flawed roster. You didn't have a full offseason if you're James Borrego. Now you just gotta win, dog. Like, it's tough, but it's how it is sometimes, man.
The good thing is, I think, to answer that question, is you should have a good idea by the end of the year like whether Borrego's the guy you want to move forward with. I mean, look, I'll give him this. I think he's now. I think he's had one game with Zion, Trey, and Poole, and they won. Obviously tonight. He's had two, I think, with Jordan Poole. They've won both. I think since he's taken over, it feels. I mean, and some of this just maybe like organic experience, and it would have happened anyway. But like, there's no question that Fears and Queen have like put themselves into a whole different bracket of conversation than they were when the season took over. Like, I feel like there's room for optimism. I personally think like Borrego's done a decent job, like I'm seeing things look different. And again, now it needs to lead to wins, to Chaz's point, and maybe it will. Like maybe as players continue to get healthier. I mean, Chaz, you've said this a million times. They're not going to break all the Willie Green bad habits in a month. It just doesn't happen. Dude was here setting a bad example for 3-4 years, whatever it was. Like he doesn't just leave and you flip a switch. There's still some flaws in the roster, but like as players get healthier, I like the way they've played the last like couple weeks. And if this starts leading to more wins, like I think Borrego's a professional. Like I don't think Willie Green was a professional ready to be a head coach. I don't think he had the skill set like that proved itself to be true. I don't think the same thing about Borrego. Now, is this his staff? That would he want to, I don't have the answer to any of those questions. But I certainly think he could play, like he could not play, but he could coach his way into a long-term job here with success over the last however many games we got. It's 50 games.
To add on the Ross's.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
You got it. No, you finish. Pause.
No, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say.
Hey, bro, don't laugh that long, bro. Pause.
Like, that was Chris Conner fault. It's Chris Conner fault.
Where Chris from? For real?
He from Damn, what it was?
Yeah. Somewhere in Mississippi. But like to Ross's point, right? Like, I don't really want to give Borrego any excuses. I like James. I do. I like the things that the plays that he runs. I thought he was excellent tonight. Like great timeouts. When he saw his team not getting into the right places at times, I thought he did a really good job of that. I thought it was a well scouted game plan, understood who, what, when, where, and how. But he has no get out of jail free card with this one, right? You know what I mean? Like, nope. Yo, you lobbied for this one, dog. Like you was going into Washington, lobbying to the White House, trying to get some shit passed. You got it passed. You got it. The job is now yours. If you fuck up, it's on you. Good luck though. I'm rocking with you, but it's on you.
What if I know with that, Follw? I was gonna ask you regardless, like what more, because you said not yet, and obviously I understand, but like what more or what are you looking to everybody, not just Follw, but what are y'all looking for to determine yay or nay?
For me, I really just want to see the better players consistently utilized the same way. Because my knock on the Pelicans have been, because when I zoom out and I go like the Nets game just happened, and the losses to me, aside from the Nets game, have been like the same way. I still need to see Trey Murphy put in position to take more like catch and shoot 3 opportunities, like to generate some open looks. I think he did a great job cutting baseline tonight. Did an excellent job, kind of showed more of his arsenal. Though Zion did a good job as well. But I need to see some of the better players or the quote unquote core players highlighted a little bit more. I need to see less of the, Herb shooting off a dribble handoff. I just need to see less of that. I need to see Jose just taking pull-up threes in transition. I just need to see some of those things dialed back and those looks going to good players. Like if you did all that and you were still losing, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I would be like, well, fuck, he did all he can do in that situation. He can't make the shot go in for you. But the fact that I'm not seeing that, and I'm kind of like ending the game saying, well, fuck, man, Trey can't end the fourth quarter with 1 shot attempt in the fourth quarter. That just can't happen. Like, Queen can't end the game with 2 shots. That just can't happen. Like, certain things that I'm just, that I had the same issues with under Willie Green. But to me, if you win, you got the edge, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's all about winning. I don't give a fuck who wins at this point.
Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, my point is really like it's not
Time
like
out, my bad. I'm so sorry. My bad. Dylan Brooks just picked up a technical foul, right? Dylan Brooks hit the go-ahead 3. Suns up 1. He picks up a technical foul. LeBron takes the shot, misses the technical. This shit crazy. We're going. My bad, Foul.
No, you good, dog.
Crazy.
It's not about wins and losses with me, for Borrego, right? Like, it's about like the team actually improving and doing things to a point where no matter who you play, what the score is, like, can you play a certain way that is positive, that's going to generate a positive result? That doesn't necessarily always end with a W, but like you can tell when the team is like, you can tell the difference between the James Borrego led team and a Willie Green led team. And I have to give him that ability to fail forward, regardless if it ends in a win. I think they've gotten better from the point he's taken over to now. Like I've seen positive things that I can tangibly say, this is what they're good at. This is what they look for. And I want to see that progress past, even All-Star break. And hopefully we will be able to see that. And then I'll make my decision at the end of the season.
Ross, you have something to add to that?
Yeah, and no, I mean, I think I'm kind of along the same lines as Jarrett, that it's, it has to lead to wins, but a better process and something that appears more sustainable is a good thing. I mean, look, man, it wasn't but a couple nights ago with a lineup that was bad that they hung 140 points on the Minnesota Timberwolves in a loss, albeit. But you're seeing things that can ultimately lead to more win. I'm seeing offensive play that makes sense. I'm seeing players being utilized in better positions. I'm seeing things that make sense. And this is still like a young team. There's room to grow. But unfortunately for Borrego, like, hey, the time is now. Like you're not getting the runway a new head coach might get. You're getting what's our record? Somebody do the math for me. However many games you got, you getting 52 games. So that's an unfortunate reality of the situation he's in. But I need to see continued improvement. And we, to Jared's point, we have seen that, and now it's got to lead to wins, like consistent wins. Get yourself back into that play-in conversation, and then let's have this conversation again in a month.
Yeah,
I feel that. Dylan Brooks got ejected, huh?
Yeah, it was some whole shit too. I ain't gonna lie. Like, man, LeBron.
Between the time me and Ross was talking.
Yeah.
This is why I don't necessarily dislike Dylan Brooks, but as a person that I don't feel really any which way about him, this is why I find him to be like you got what's the you got to see what's happening though, Ross. Because the LeBron, like LeBron just LeBron. I don't want to insult LeBron because I feel like the league gonna be a little, sadder when he's gone from a star quality standpoint. But LeBron got to be stopped, though. He just got to be stopped with some of these things. This is sad. But my bad.
Nah, you straight. I don't know how Brown didn't get ejected for that tech that he got, because Brown was going crazy on the ref. Like
I don't actually know. I don't actually know what LeBron. There was a couple nights ago that he LeBron threw a hissy fit that like my 6-year-old, not my 6-year-old, really my 4-year-old throws. Like he was like jumping up and down like a child. He gets away with nonsense.
Yeah, I remember Patrick Beverly had the camera trying to show
that's such a funny ejection. I think he got ejected for that, didn't he? Yeah. That was like the second tech or whatever. I think he had gotten a tech, and then when he showed the ref the camera, they gave him another one. That shit was funny. That's like the funniest ejection of all time.
Oh shit,
that shit's funny.
Yo, tonight been a rough officiating night generally. So I want to ask y'all one thing as we come to a close. A shout out to LP. I would like Chris Quinn from Miami personally.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
if let's say the options were like a pick, let's say like Jose, would it be a pick, a player? If because those are clearly the only two options. Would you just want multiple seconds, or would you want an actual player back for Jose, someone who maybe fits in that price range, or would you just want the pick and the clear salary?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I didn't think I could get I didn't even know that was on the table.
I just say you get 2 seconds, Lito. Let's just say 2 seconds. 2 seconds, or I don't know, like some weird random player.
That's the problem, is how weird and how random.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Let's say what's the dude name, Yabutsi or something? Because I think he would be like
yeah.
He's taking
I'd rather a couple seconds.
Give me
But if
seconds,
it was,
man.
yeah, but if it was like help the Knicks bolster their bench and make the salary work and get Mitchell Robinson or something, then yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you'd obviously have to probably give them something else halfway decent. You know, I'm sure they're just licking their chops to get Looney too or something. But
man, that'll work. Need
That
championship
works.
caliber big, man.
but if you, in all sincerity, if you could make the salary work for something like that, but if you're just getting some random,
would you give him a pick for Mitchell Robinson?
Ooh.
Would I give
he's
up
on,
a
nah,
pick?
he's on an expiring, so no.
Yeah, he's inspiring.
Nah.
Wouldn't do it. Okay.
No.
Just asking.
How many games is he? How many games is misplayed this year? That's my because
he played quite a
I
few
think he's
this
played
year.
a lot this year. I think he's been mostly healthy this year.
Yeah, this year. He had a dog too. He trying to get that money.
Yeah.
That's
flying.
really what it is.
He knows what it is.
So let's say my bad, Lito, go ahead.
I was gonna say 3.6 points, 8.2 rebounds. I can't see the blocks, but
I don't really think it's the stat sheet, bro.
It's
Like
not.
just watch him play. It's
His
like
defensive impact is crazy.
It's
Correct.
crazy, bro. His ability to contest a shot, get back into a play, possibly block out for somebody else to get the rebound, run the floor, like it helps.
What would y'all say to, like, let's say same thing with Herb, right? Let's say you doing I would say a 1-for-1, but let's say if you could get Kuminga or a first and a swap and just get off the contract for Herb. Let's say you traded her for expiring salary, a first and a swap. Would you do that or try to get Kuminga?
say it again. One more time.
All right. Kuminga and Herb, they become trade eligible on the same day. And they got the same birthday, which is interesting. But let's say, would you, if they say, all right, look, we'll give you Kuminga for Herb and just match the salary, right? But, or you could take a first, this is from any team, a first and a swap, and we'll just take on that contract. We ain't even, I say Detroit, say we'll give you a first and a swap for Herb. We just want Herb contract. We got salary cap space. You ain't got to take no money back. We just want a first and a swap. What could we get first and a swap?
I'd take the first and the swap.
Take first and swap, no Kuminga. Okay.
See,
5.
I would take the first and the swap, but the caveat, we always talk about, we would always talk about Griff and his ability to make one move, but the subsequent move would never happen, right? Like this would be the point where you'd have to make the next move immediately too. Like I don't want to, like the DeJounte move would have to happen like right then too for me. Like I would want those. Yeah,
and that's exactly why I was saying I'd want if I could get 2 picks for her, because then that gives you enough ammo to package picks with DeJounte to go get something like actually meaningful. That's the issue for me is you have like you've got Herb's salary and you have Murray's salary, and it's like I really got to get off. I got to get rid of one of those.
Yeah,
without taking a bunch of bad shit back.
Lito, taking the picks or Kuminga?
I like Kuminga too.
So look, this is the thing. I like Kuminga, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's the Warriors' fault or my fault or Steve Kerr's fault. I still don't know if he's good or not.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still don't know what the ceiling is.
It's not that he's not good. My bad, Jay.
No, go ahead.
It's not that he's not good. He's just not consistent. Like the talent is there. It is apparent.
But who fault that is though, Follw?
That we can say that about a lot of motherfuckers, right?
I'm just saying because it seemed like they've done everything to not be consistent with playing him.
And he's done everything not to be consistent on the floor. So I don't know who that falls on.
You know who I would try to trade her to? Like when I'm thinking about it, I would try to see if I could trade her to Indiana. I would try to see if I could get Ben Mathurin and one of those guys.
Now that I like.
I say that because
that's a situation where I would just 1 for 1. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I say that because even with Kuminga, right? Yeah, you got to make the salary work and shit. And then the good thing is Kuminga a team option, so he can just go on by his business. And I don't expect Ben Mathurin to get no big payday this offseason, but because he's averaging like 20 right now, but on a bad team. But even if Ben Mathurin got like a solid payday as an RFA this season, let's say it started like $20 million a year, which he probably won't get, but let's just say it does. It's not a bad contract for you, the Pelicans, because who you gonna sign realistically anyway? Like, and he can shoot, he got upside, he kind of fits the age range of what you're trying to do. But they so desperately need a center that it's just like the good thing is they got a lot of tradable salary. And with DeJounte, I'm guessing y'all just like, I don't give a fuck what we get back. Let's just get off the contract. I imagine everybody saying.
Man. What about you, Chaz? You answered. Oh, my bad, Ross. My bad.
No, go ahead, Chaz. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what your opinion on DeJounte is, Chaz.
Man, DeJounte, my dog too. That's how you know about to say something bad. That's about how much I like a motherfucker. But I just gotta get rid of the contract, honestly. I don't want to have to attach assets to get rid of the contract. $30 million, it's just too much money. It's too much money, and it put the Pelicans in a fucked up spot because that means you either buying one player who makes more than DeJounte and taking on this one bad contract, because you can't take back multiple players because you don't have a roster spot.
Yeah,
I just want to get off the contract. If I could just trade him for just an expiring salary, I do it. Like, I just fucking take the L. You try, it didn't work out, whatever. But I don't think he gonna like regain no value or nothing like that. It's too much money, too many years left.
That's why I said one of them. Like Herb just has a lot more value, I think, and that's why it feels like one of those two players you do just have to kind of try to dump the salary somehow or another, and the other. But I mean, hey. You always have the option to pair them together with some picks. But
you think one of the things that kind of bothered me with this DeJounte shit though, Chaz, you said he gonna come back as a spot up shooter.
I think this year.
I don't really you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say, but
I think he'll be decent, but
hey, bro, I look at people like oh my god, dude, Dallas. Why am I blanking on names?
Dante Exum?
Klay Thompson.
Oh, Klay Thompson. Oh,
Achilles injury, right? Like the lift wasn't the same.
Yeah.
In a jump shooter. Like it's not the same. So for somebody like DeJounte, that wasn't a spot up shooter, for him to be able to shoot after that, I just don't see it. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but the likelihood of it being high, it's just not probable. Like first step won't be there either.
That's why I say spot up though, because I'm like, well, shit, who you gonna really beat off the dribble, and like how you gonna elevate to get to that midi, which is gonna make it hard for you to even really table set unless you had a nice hard screen to free you up. You can find a way to use them, definitely, but I'm just like, I don't really know what role I would put him in except for, park in the corner right there, dog. We're going to kick it to you. We're going to generate some looks for you, and, we're going to try to just show people you're alive and healthy, because I don't want to really put no onus on him to be good this year anyway, because he's coming off a devastating injury, a couple of them. So it's tough, man. It's just tough. I would see if I shout out to Ryan. I agree with Ryan. I would see if I could trade it for Terry Rozier and just waive Terry Rozier. Oh, just be like, Like I would see if I could take on just a drastically bad contract and just be like, I just cut him. Miami seemed like a great place.
That was the place. I'm looking at their roster right now.
Yeah. Like Ryan been saying it for a minute, man. Just go ahead, get Terry Rozier, tell him, look, we don't care what the charges is, dog. Just go on about your business. And we free of the contract. Like you just free of the salary. Stay home. We ain't tripping off it. We ain't, no harm, no foul. Because DeJounte ain't in New Orleans right now. So he's somewhere about his business.
Man, I know Rush got a dip, so that's cool. I ain't really got shit started.
Yeah, I ain't like one thing. Would y'all do this? Murray and Herb for Levine and a pick.
How many years on Levine?
Last year, I'd have said
yeah.
Is he expired? Is he?
I think he got
this
year
team
and one
option?
more. I think.
Does he have a player? Yeah, I think he's got an option for next year. Hold on, let me see real fast. He's got a player option for $49 million next year.
Oh, he picking that up.
But that's fine.
Yeah,
like that's fine. The irony is the crazy part is too. I think next year that might actually save you money, and then you're off, and then you're
off two bad contracts. Yeah,
and it saves you money for 3 years after that.
Ross, why would it be a good thing?
Why would that
the length of the
be
contract?
a good thing?
No, yeah, him picking it up. Why would it be a good thing?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think him picking it up is a good thing necessarily. I'm saying that it's not a bad thing because Herb's on the hook for $80 million starting like for 4 years after this, and Murray's still got 2 more after this at 30-something million.
Okay,
so it's not like right now would you rather have a year and a half of Levine or the equivalent of
You might be able to get Keon Ellis in that deal too. If you think about it,
I'd definitely do that.
I was like, man, won't y'all just take Jose, Herb, and DeJounte? Give me Levine, who y'all don't want, and give me Keon Ellis.
And I'm not trying to say Zach is like the best player on earth either, but I sure as fuck rather him out there playing over DeJounte Murray.
Ain't Zach with clutch too?
I don't know.
I think.
Yeah,
Zach
remember he was at that Clutch Sports thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Zach with clutch. Then you got Zach and DeJounte. I think he in Cali right now. He from Sacramento, but no, he's not from Sacramento. He's from Seattle.
Yes, yeah.
But he might enjoy playing in the Bay. Make it happen, Rich.
Zach can shoot. Like even if this has been the issue is he keeps finding himself in these situations where everybody's always hurt or he has to do way more. Like if you just brought him here as like a really, really high level floor spacer that also has, some off the bounce chops and everything else. But really it was like, hey, we don't need you to do all that extra shit that you needed to do in Chicago and Sacramento. Like we just need you to knock down. Dude can shoot a legitimate 3-point shooter, like a top flight 3-point shooter. I can see him being successful here. It's a bad contract, but we're also giving them bad. That is what it is. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
I'll tell him, man.
Somebody said his sister's fine too, so there you go. You got that. Somebody got to confirm this, but somebody said his sister's fine too. So
breaking news that this type of pod, this is what we do.
Yeah,
man.
Good looking out, uptown kids. Good looking out.
Shout out to Uptown Kid, man. Their Hoffa sister fine too.
Zach shooting 38% from 3 on 7 attempts.
Right, probably a bunch of that is off the dribble.
Man, you know what Zach would go and win a ring? Go to state. Zach, he would look incredible.
So you saw how Moses Moody looked when his ass came in, getting all them open looks. I'm telling you, that's really what you would want him to play like here. Hey, run to the corner.
That would be my plan. I'd be like, look, Zach, I just want you to ball out. You expire. I'm gonna trade you when you get ready.
You just got your answer on his sister, huh?
Yeah.
There it went.
Oh Lord.
There it went.
I did too.
Sounds like it's a done deal as far as I'm concerned.
It's all right.
2 thumbs up. All right, y'all.
Blackest Nerd.
Shout out to you, Joe.
Appreciate you. What a great shucking day. Yeah. Shout out to Tyler, man.
We got 2.
Shout out to Sam for the 5 piece. Happy first night of Hanukkah, fellas. Pelicans winning streak is the numerical. Mr. Gang ready for some playing pals.
Happy Hanukkah, brother.
Hey.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Carlo taking some minutes? We talked about that, but shout out to Young Jock.
Shout out to Young Jock.
Shout out Candy Ford. I like the Warriors deal for Zion, around Kuminga, and more. Hey, I didn't we ain't talked about, well, y'all might have, but I didn't hear y'all thoughts on Zion tonight. But I mean, that's cool.
I almost would rather cut him than take that deal, honestly. Just because, and it's not a knock on Kuminga, but because I don't like the idea of those post-Steph first round picks. It's because you're in a great market. You're in a real deal basketball market with ownership that's seen it done and know how it's supposed to look. And I almost, if those are my 2 options, I'd probably cut them.
I feel that. Anybody else?
I'd take Kuminga if it was like real cheap or something, but
yeah,
you don't want to be in a situation where you feel like you have to either give him a contract he has not earned, or
that I said this on a live I did. Y'all know Kuminga got had like an in-game suspension recently. They subbed him out, and this motherfucker just left the bench and went in the back.
They got a bad his situation.
His situation bad.
Cold story is bad. Is bad. He got to get out of there. I just sometimes, but
that's all you gotta do.
Shout out to Wiggy Will. If the pick turns out to be a 9th pick, doesn't matter.
Wiggy, I started that one to say, go. You got something, 5? Go ahead.
No, I was just wondering what pick he's referring to.
He's talking about this year's draft pick for the Pelicans. As it pertains to Derek Queen. But see, that's the thing, Wiggy Will. The Pelicans got to win games, so it can be a 9th pick. Right now, you're looking at a projected top 4 pick at worst. Right? I think the Pelicans arguably, I would have to look at the standings. The Pelicans, do we got the worst record in the league?
No, I think we finally jumped out of the. But this is a good. This is a good question. Record. This is a good question, and I probably got to run after this one. But what would the pick have to? Where would it have to fall for that conversation to be
I see what you're saying.
Because for me, what would the protection probably would have been top 10,
5,
top 50, top. So like if that pick, basically, if you make the play in,
you say 9.
Then it's if you make the play in, then I think it's
8.
like
8,
whatever.
8 for
like
me.
It is what it is.
It's 8 for me. I've decently watched college basketball.
Nothing to get excited about this year.
It's just I don't see a guy. I don't see like I can give this cat the ball and it's just like he's a star, like a bona fide one. You can look at AJ, I guess, but I think there's some holes in his game. Again, he's super young, so I don't expect him to be like a finished product. But not to affect like I'm not mad that I picked Derek Queen over him. I don't think that they're far apart. And he has a year already ahead of him where he's been playing NBA basketball. I think it's an advantage.
It's funny. It's kind of like being good at your job to some extent is a gift and a curse. Because now with Troy Weaver, I'm like, but you so good at drafting. Now I want you to have another pick. But if you saying that Derek Queen is your pick for next year, I just got to accept it and respect it at this point because it looked like you got it right.
Yeah,
it's frustrating because you think about what I could have done with that pick. Like I could have traded that pick to get something good, but who says they do the deal for Queen if you had it? Go ahead.
My rebuttal is do you think you could have gotten that pick without spending?
That's the question for me, and that's what it's always like. That's why where the pick falls matters to me.
Yeah,
because it's the protection that I would have put on it if you loved Queen, cool. I got no problem with Derek Queen. He's played great. That's awesome. The problem is you could have gotten Derek Queen without
Yeah.
with heavy protection on that pick, which is what,
Yeah.
right? Top 10, top 12, probably something, because you took him at what? So you probably could have put some kind of protection. And that's why for me, it's like, I think if that pick falls outside of the top 10, then I would have said, well, that's the deal I probably wouldn't have batted an eye at anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the pick ends up being 11th or 13th, I've been like, well, we wouldn't have, no one would have thrown a shit fit about that. The big issue is like, you can't give up the number 1 overall pick or the number 2 or something.
Yeah.
Especially considering what you could have given, like what you know. And so they could end up getting lucky. If you play really well the back half of the year, you make the play in, that pick ends up being 11th or something. It's like, all right, well then who cares? Like we would have put top 10 protection on anyway. It still would have conveyed, so everybody can just go home. But
yeah, I had this thought the other day. I compared it to like buying the first house in like a gentrified neighborhood. Like you see it, it's nice, but then you look around like, wait, why would you spend $500,000 on a house that looks like that in this neighborhood? But you love it so much. It's like buying a house in the East. Like you love it so much. Like I'm gonna spend it because I know. But in 5 years, when the neighborhood is different, you're like, see, this is what I paid for, and everybody else is like almost $1 million. So that's
waiting on that Whole Foods and that Starbucks, boy.
Oh yeah. Clear signs.
It's just tough, man. It's a lot of pressure on a young man. I think so far he's been doing this thing, but it's like I kind of agree with Ross. Like I think you could have got him with top 8 protection. Like you could have got it, but fuck it. It is what it is. You know, that's why now you gotta win, because if you think they're talking bad about you now, well, go ahead and give up a top 3 pick and see how you look. You're gonna be on Saturday Night Live. They're gonna have sketch. You're gonna be on South Park. Like it's gonna get bad. So just win, baby. Just win.
Bro, man, we appreciate y'all pulling up. All 323 of y'all still in here. We'll see y'all Thursday at Houston. And hit the like button, subscribe, comment, because you know it helps the algorithm, guys. Yeah, man. That's all I got. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.